Welcome back to Serious Adulting. Today I've got Justina Lee Stoltz with me, and she is a realtor with Century 21. And we're going to pick her brain a little bit more about kind of home ownership and some questions related to that. So the first thing I was wondering about is, as a first-time home buyer, I've never owned a house. What are the top 3 things that I'm probably going to screw up? And what are the common mistakes?
Top 3 mistakes. I would say that most people, their first mistake that they make is that they get really excited about shopping for a home and they go out and they start shopping without going and figuring out what they're pre-approved for. And that's mistake number 1, because in essence, you're just wasting your own time and you're wasting whichever realtor you're using their time as well. Because if you don't know what budget you're supposed to be in, then how do you know where to go?
Right. Okay.
Second mistake would probably be, once they've figured out what they're pre-approved for and gone and seen a mortgage broker for that, they'll go and shop for places that are outside of their range anyways and think, oh, I'll just cut them down. I'll bring them into my range. And real estate doesn't often work that way. You can shop a little outside your bubble, but you got to stay within it for the most part.
So don't assume you can just super negotiate skills people from
No.
$500,000 down to $375.
No, I mean, if you could, you'd probably be a realtor and
Right,
not
okay.
buying a house. But
Okay.
yeah, it's a common mistake that people will say, well, I'll just, it's a buyer's marketplace. I'll just negotiate them down. And sometimes you can get a really skookum deal, but for the most part, you're going to need to be shopping around your range.
Okay.
Third mistake would probably be lack of education. I would say a lot of buyers might take your advice, they'll go get pre-approval, they'll go out shopping, they'll shop within their range, but they don't understand how the process works and they don't know what the steps are for that entire process from start to finish. And it's their realtor's job to make sure that they're educated, but it's also the buyer's job to get educated, to ask questions, to seek out knowledge if they don't know the answer, to not just assume that your realtor is going to do everything for you.
Cool. Okay. So if people want to get some knowledge or maybe have questions for you, how can they get a hold of you? What's the best way to get in touch?
Best way to get in touch with me is through email at justina.leestoltz@century21.ca.
Perfect. And I'll put that in the link below the video.
Yep. Or on my cell phone, which will be through that link on the website as well, which is justinaleestoltz.com.
Perfect. So thanks again for joining us. We have more great content coming up soon. If you haven't already done so, make sure you like the Facebook page, or if you're watching this on YouTube, subscribe down below so you don't miss our next episode, and we can help you learn a little bit more about being a first-time home buyer.